Nick Mira is one of the biggest producers of modern hip-hop, having formed strong relationships with numerous artists such as Ian Dior, Ty Fontaine, Lil Tecca, Joe Kendry, and the late Juice WRLD. He's had a big impact on hip-hop and the emo rap wave that came about in the last half a decade, along with helping form one of the most successful music producer collectives. So, let's find out how all this happened and what he's up to now. Nick Mira was born in Richmond, Virginia in the year 2000. He would grow up listening to rock and started playing guitar at the age of 7, later picking up the piano after he was given one from his cousin. He said he didn't know any scales by heart, so would just mess around and go with what sounded good. At age 12, he started listening to hip hop and then started producing on FL Studios at age 13, after seeing videos online of other producers doing so. Only 6 months later, he would start selling beats on his own website. This seems like a lot to happen in just a year because, well, it is. Nick Mira said that he was able to start this in such a short amount of time due to all the free time he had, and also with just how much he was surrounded by music. The beats that Nick would sell were type beats, where you would make a beat that you could realistically see a certain artist hop onto. It's important to note that back in 2014 this market was not extremely oversaturated like it is now. From here, Nick would go on to meet Sidepiece and Taz Taylor. Now, I've seen numerous places differently explain how they all met, but going off of what Nick Mira himself has said, I know that Nick found out about Taz Taylor from a live stream he was doing on Twitter back in 2015-2016. From here, they would become friends and play video games together, while also I assume talk about music. Through this, he would also meet Sidepiece, who now goes by DT. During 2016, Taz would tell Nick about this movement he wanted to start called Internet Money, a way for producers to make money online. Taz, Sidepiece and Nick would then go on to form the record label and producer collective Internet Money in 2016, with Taz Taylor being the CEO. After linking up with other aspiring artists and forming this group, Nick Mira would actually land a placement with XXXTentacion. He would make the beat for his song F Love featuring Trippie Redd. He's not credited on the song's official credits, however, Nick Mira has a public Spotify playlist in which he has listed every single song he's ever worked on. We'll explore this a little more later, but he does have the song on this playlist, meaning that he did in fact work on it. This song would blow up and become the #1 stream song on SoundCloud at one point, with currently over 300 million listens on there. After the success of this song, Nick Mira would continue the grind and go looking for more artists. He would very soon connect with Juice WRLD through Sidepiece. Juice, who only had a few hundred followers at the time and went by Juice the Kid, actually contacted Sidepiece first, saying he was looking for a producer. Sidepiece would tell Nick about him, saying he's crazy good and that Nick needs to work with him. Nick Mira and Juice would meet up and make many songs that day, including Lucid Dreams and All Girls Are the Same. Much like Nick's previous works, they were all very spacious, with great atmosphere and melodic elements. They were about heartbreak and had sad, emotional themes. And this was in 2018. We were just coming from the big mood shift for 2016 and 2017, where the most popular artists were making feel-good, silly, yet catchy music. From here, Lil Bibby, who would sign Juice, informed Cole Bennett about him, saying that he wants Cole to manage this new guy he found who's going by Juice the Kid. Cole declined since he doesn't manage artists, but still listened to a few songs sent over. Cole, being amazed at the songs, would film a music video for All Girls Are the Same, making the song blow up. And then the same thing happened to Lucid Dreams. From here, it was all uphill for Nick Mira, and him and Juice WRLD established a very strong connection. Nick would do 8 songs on Juice's debut studio album, Goodbye and Good Riddance, 4 on the follow-up Death Race for Love, and 5 on each of his posthumous albums. Nick doing half of the songs on the smash hit Goodbye and Good Riddance really solidified Nick as a professional producer, and a now staple part of the music industry. After the success of Goodbye and Good Riddance, Nick Mira would continue to work with many different artists. Thanks to his Spotify playlist, we can get a clear list of everything he's worked on, even when he's not credited. In fact, we can see that he's been a part of almost 300 released songs. In this list, we have the typical Joe Kendry, Ian Dior, Ty Fontaine, Lil Tecca, which all really help confirm Nick as a consistent and great producer. There's also some interesting people on the list, like DaBaby, Polo G, there's Young Thug, Baby Keem, Rico Nasty, Tokyo's Revenge, MGK, Nato Wick, NOE Chopper, Yeet, and One Republic. So yeah, he's worked with a lot of different people since, especially some more out-of-the-box collabs. And with Nick Mira's extensive list of artists that he's worked with, he would also play part in helping launch numerous careers. Most notably outside of Juice WRLD being Lil Tecca with his song Ransom. As mentioned before, Nick Mira would early on become friends with Taz Taylor and Sidepiece, and would go on to form Internet Money. They currently have over 10 active producers and have landed hits with many big artists such as Gunna, Lil Uzi Vert, Juice WRLD, and many, many more. All these producers hang out with each other and help each other with making music, social networking, promotion, etc. They even made an album in 2020 called Before the Storm, with many big names and even bigger total streams. Many artists, including Nick Mira, have said that Internet Money is more than just a group to them, and that they see it as a family. What's also impressive is the online content that they put out. Internet Money for years now have been making videos on how to make beats. Anything from melodies to sounding like specific artists to tips and tricks. They are honestly a really good resource for aspiring beat makers, and Nick specifically used to be very active on the channel. Nick also does videos on other channels, including his own, and he also streams from time to time. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if some producers that appear in the next few years credit Internet Money for the tutorials, and how they helped them when they were first starting out. It's impressive just how much Nick has done for not only the hip hop community, with helping kickstart emo rap and being a part of the Internet Money collective, but also for what he's done for other beat makers. He has made so many videos to help new producers that it's no surprise a lot of people look up to him. And while Nick has slowed down his output recently, only releasing around 15 songs in the past year, he still continues to work with small artists. In fact, the most recent song he's made is actually with a small artist, who goes by the name of Big Cab.
They gon' laugh until you make it. Can't come on board, no, ain't seen the trials and tribulations. Still see the younger me, my life feel like a compilation. Said I wasn't gon' be nothing, now they see elevation. Money, cars, and gold is the whole temptation.
And that's the story of Nick Mira, from getting an early start in music, to linking up with other producers and forming Internet Money, to getting hits with X and Juice, then many other artists such as Lil Tecca and Ian Dior. And all while this was happening, he was making content to help other beat makers, whilst also working on Internet Money behind the scenes with his fellow producers that he's been friends with for years.